Hi guys, welcome to my video. So in this video I will be talking to you guys all about oily skin. Oily skin tends to be daunting on a lot of people, especially makeup enthusiasts, and I'm one of those people that used to really suffer from oily skin until I learned tips and tricks that I'm coming today to talk to you guys about, so you don't learn the hard way as I did. So this video will be divided into two. First, I'm going to start off with makeup tips and tricks for oily skin, and then I'm going to talk about skincare tips for oily skin. So let's get down to it. Number one thing that a person with oily skin has to do before they wear their makeup is to make sure that they prime the face with maybe a mattifying primer, because that's the best primer for oily skin, because it makes sure that you stay more matte throughout the day or less oily. The primer that I use is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector, and it is just great. It really does work. It controls shine and it makes pores less visible. So people who've got big pores and oily skin, this will be really great for you. How you use this is that you take a pea-sized amount and you just dab it onto the skin. Be sure not to smear it on the skin, because if you smear it, it doesn't work as effectively. And then on those special occasions, I tend to use the milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is not good for the skin over a long-term use, so I just tend to use it once in a while for special occasions, when I'm going for weddings or when I'm going out for those once in a blue moon special occasions. So second tip is to make sure that you maybe use a matte wear foundation. I use the Mary Kay foundation. A lot of people tend to overlook this foundation, or it's not popular, I don't know why, but it is really great. I use the Mary Kay Matte Wear Liquid Foundation, and when you have oily skin, it's great to wear matte foundation because it has the same effect as the primer, the matte primer. It just makes sure that you stay matte throughout the day or throughout most of the day, and you're less shiny, as opposed to a dewy finish foundation. If you've got really oily skin, just stay away from the dewy foundation because it has a glow to it, and once you start getting oily, you're just gonna look like a grease ball. So if you've got oily skin, stay away from the dewy foundation and be sure to use a matte one. And then tip number 3 is to always set your foundation with a powder. What that does is it just controls shine throughout the day. When you feel like you're getting shiny, bring out your powder and just dab it on your skin. Don't smear it, don't rub it, just dab it with a brush or dab it with a beauty blender. I tend to use the BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Press Powder in the shade 240, or the MAC Select Sheer in the shade NW43. It just depends on what occasion it is. If I'm feeling like having a full face beat, I use the BH one because it has medium coverage, and if I feel like something light, I use the MAC Select Sheer one because it's very sheer and light. And then the last makeup tip that I have for oily skin is to, well, not the last, second last that I have for oily skin is to make sure that you set your makeup. For the longest time when I was into makeup and when I really got into it, I tend to overlook setting sprays. I was using the MAC Fix Plus, and I didn't have this. That was my setting spray. I didn't get into the Urban Decay or the different types of setting sprays, and I recently did that and I saw the different effects that they have. And my favorite one for oily skin are the Urban Decay All Nighttime Makeup Setting Spray, long lasting, and it's oil free as well. And then the LA Girl Pro Setting HD Setting Spray in matte finish. This is a 30 ml, it's quite tiny. So these are my favorite. This one makes sure that your makeup stays on for a very long time, and then this one just gives you a matte finish. I tend to carry this in my purse everywhere I go, and when I just feel like I'm getting oily, I just spray it. And then I just get matte after a few minutes. It's really great, but I just wish that there was a bigger bottle of this because I've only seen a smaller bottle. So setting spray is really, really great. It just makes sure that your makeup stays in place most of the day, because people with oily skin, once you start getting oily, your skin tends to get a little shiny. And the last tip is to carry a little sponge, a little beauty blender. You know, sometimes you don't have time to rush to the bathroom and start powdering your face. Or wherever you might be, the bathrooms might be too far away. But if you just have a damp sponge that you carry maybe in a little tiny container in your bag or in a little plastic bag, you can just bring it out and then dab it on your skin. Once you feel like you're getting oily, or when you look at your reflection somewhere and you see that, oh, I look a bit shiny, just dab it and control the shine. So that's it. I meant to say that it is, what the hell. That's it for makeup tips. So now let's move on to skincare tips. The number one skincare tip that a lot of people tend to overlook, like they know it. Every single person knows this. Every single person. Your little brother, your baby at home, like everybody knows, your grandmother. The best number one skincare tip for oily skin or any type of skin is to drink loads of water and to eat right. Eat fruits, eat vegetables. It is important. It is crucial. A lot of people tend to overlook it, but it is important. It makes a difference. I used to have a lot of pimples growing up, and I wasn't really the most healthiest eater. I didn't drink a lot of water, and when I grew older and I started being more healthier, I started to notice the difference on my skin. It really, really does work, people. I know people work, but just force yourself. Come on, just try it. Force yourself. And then the second tip that I have is to use an oil-based cleanser. The mistake that a lot of people make, if they haven't heard of this, the mistake that a lot of people tend to make when they have oily skin is to use alcohol-based cleansers that dehydrate your skin, and they leave your skin so dry, and then in turn your skin sends messages to the oil glands to produce more oil to compensate for the oil that was lost, and you get greasier and oilier and you break out, as opposed to your skin getting any better. So what you should do is use oil-based cleansers, and those don't get rid of the oils in your skin, and they keep your skin more hydrated, and your skin won't overproduce oil. You won't break out as much. They'll be great. Just try using it. You might see a difference. And then the other tip is to wash your face twice a day. Not less, not anymore. Just twice a day. And moisturize twice a day. When you moisturize in the night, this may sound crazy as well, but just use an oil moisturizer. I tend to use shea butter. It's amazing. Just a little bit. Put it on your skin and go to sleep. You wake up looking refreshed, your skin more youthful. It actually really works, and it just basically makes sure that the skin doesn't overproduce the oil that ends up making you break out. So guys, these really work. I hope I've informed you of things that you didn't know and maybe helped you out. Try the tips and tricks and write down in the comments below and let me know how you get along. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe and like.